Viti Group terminates its investment deal with Celestra owing to Celestra's default in infusing the committed equity even after 4 years. SPPU to begin mock tests for UG and PG students as practice for final exam. Bihar Board Class 10 result to release today. JNU issues fresh guidelines to prevent spread of COVID-19 on campus. Students of classes 1 to 8 in Maharashtra to be promoted. 10th and 12th students annoyed by compulsory offline board exams. IIT Hyderabad to offer joint doctoral program with Deakin University. Study reveals that medical students studying Shakespeare may easily connect with patients. Educational institutes in Bihar to remain shut till April 11th. National Institute of Open Schooling lays foundation for Ranchi's regional center. 16-year-old boy Harshvardhan Zala develops a drone Eagle 7 that detects and destroys landmines without harming human beings. Good afternoon and a warm welcome. You're watching Education News Network, where we get you the latest developments in education at the top of this hour. This is Nitya reporting from ENN, and the daily stories are: Mumbai-based Viti Group of Institutions has filed an official complaint with SEBI against Celestra Infrastructure Trust for criminal breach of trust, default, fraud and cheating. Dr. Vinay Jain, promoter of Viti Group, while addressing the media said, "We have registered a formal complaint for forgery, cheating, misappropriation of facts and wrong representations given to us with SEBI. Celestra has wrongfully acquired 51% stake in our company by giving us false representations. They had committed to infuse 97 crores into our company, but they could infuse only 47 crores, and as per their own admission, they could not raise the further funds, because of which they could not infuse the committed capital into our company. This means that Celestra knew they could not infuse the committed funds as per SEBI guidelines, but they kept us in the dark and gave us false representations. They misguided and lured us into the entire deal, which leads to criminal breach of trust. It's an economic offence, and the same is being dealt with by our lawyers. Formally, a complaint has been filed with SEBI and all other appropriate authorities."
We have registered a formal complaint for forgery, cheating, misappropriation of facts, wrong representations given to us with SEBI today, and Celestra has wrongfully acquired 51% stake in our company by giving us false representations. They had committed to infuse 97 crores into our company, and they could infuse only 47 crores, and as per their own admission, they could not raise further funds, because of which they could not infuse the committed capital into our company. Now this means that Celestra knew that they could not infuse the desired funds, the committed funds, as per SEBI guidelines. But they deceived us, they kept us in dark, and they gave us false representations. They misguided us and lured us into the entire deal, and this leads to criminal breach of trust. It's an economic offense, and the same is being dealt with by our lawyers. Formally, a complaint has been filed today with SEBI and all other appropriate authorities.
All students enrolled in different graduate and postgraduate courses under Savitribai Phule Pune University will be able to appear for mock examinations starting today. The mock tests are for students to practice appearing for online tests before the actual examinations take place from April 10th. Mahesh Kakade, Director, Examination and Evaluations Department, SPPU, said 1.10 lakh students were expected to appear for their mock tests on April 5th. Starting with 88,865 graduate students from science faculty, followed by 18,235 postgraduate students from science faculty and 2,916 postgraduate students from engineering faculty. On April 6th, 1,53,828 students were expected to appear for mock tests and 1.03 lakh on April 7th, he added. He said the mock tests would be an exact replica of the actual online exams, but the questions would be mock questions and not related to the syllabus. Students can give only one successful submission. The 60-mark question bank is based on general knowledge, COVID-related and image-based aptitude test. The Bihar School Education Board will release the result of the Class 10 or Madhyamik exam today, that is April 5th at 3:30 p.m. The candidates who appeared in the exam can check the result through the website biharboardonline.com. To pass the matric exam, a candidate must obtain 30% of the total marks in the theory portion of each subject and 40% of the total marks in the practical of each subject. To achieve the first division, a student has to score 300 marks, while for the second division it is 225. In case a student fails in one subject only by not more than 8% marks or in two subjects by not more than 4% marks in each, he or she will be given the marks he or she is short of. In light of the rising COVID-19 cases, the Jawaharlal Nehru University on Sunday issued fresh guidelines for students and staff members, including mandatory thermal screening and wearing of face masks at hostels and inside all buildings on campus. Delhi recorded 3,567 COVID-19 cases on Saturday, and the positive rate continued to rise to 4.48% from 4.11% a day ago, while 10 more people succumbed to the deadly virus. In a circular, the Jawaharlal Nehru University said face masks will be mandatory for students and employees across the campus, including at hostels, library, administrative buildings and on the road. Students and employees will be allowed in hostels, administrative buildings, school buildings and the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Central Library and other buildings and public spaces, including shopping complexes and walking on the road, if they are found wearing the mask, it said. The circular also said that any violation would attract closure of shop or canteen for 2 days initially, and further violation will be dealt with strictly as per guidelines and norms of the Government of India, the Delhi government and the university notification, etc. In a major relief to parents, teachers and students, Maharashtra School Education Minister Vaisha Gaikwad on Saturday announced the decision of the Education Department to promote all students from classes 1 to 8 to the next class without holding examinations across all state board schools. The decision has been taken in the wake of the recent surge of coronavirus cases, said Gaikwad, adding that the decision regarding students of classes 9 and 11 will be announced soon. As news spread, mixed reactions were received from parents and students. While on one hand, most welcomed the decision to promote students from classes 1 to 8 to the next class without exams, it also created a flutter amongst parents and students of class 10 and 12 who have been protesting for a while, demanding that the final board exams be held online or in a blended mode instead of offline exams as announced earlier. The Indian Institute of Technology, that is IIT Hyderabad, is offering a joint doctoral program in collaboration with Deakin University. The program, as per the institute, will be offered in a wide array of subjects including materials and smart manufacturing, affordable healthcare, food, environment and agriculture, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, cyber-physical systems and energy. The candidates need to possess a BTech or MTech degree to be eligible for the doctoral program, and they also have to qualify in the interview round. The qualified candidates can spend between 3 to 12 months at Deakin University as per the research requirements. The students will get PhD fellowship, including the travel expenses to Deakin University. The varsity will also provide a full tuition fee waiver for up to 4 years. On completing the program, the candidates will be awarded certificates from both institutes. Studying Shakespeare's plays could help medical students connect more closely with their patients, suggest the findings of a recent study by a palliative care doctor. Writing in the Journal of the Royal Society of Medicine, Dr. David Jeffrey of the Department of Palliative Medicine at the University of Edinburgh investigated how the playwright's empathic approach, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, can enhance the patient-doctor relationship. Dr. Jeffrey stated that the idea of that emotions are disruptive and need to be controlled is deeply ingrained in medical education and practice, contributing to doctors distancing from patients. The coronavirus pandemic, with the need for personal protection, social distancing and video consultations, has, he says, created challenges to establishing empathic relationships between patients and doctors. He argued that a study of Shakespeare's plays may be a creative way of enhancing empathic approaches in medical students. Drawing on references from The Tempest, As You Like It, and King Lear, he wrote, "It is remarkable that Shakespeare's work remains relevant today. It seems that he had an ability to anticipate our thoughts, particularly in times of crisis." Due to a surge in COVID-19 cases in Bihar, all schools, colleges and other educational institutions in the state will remain closed till April 11th. According to an official statement, scheduled exams are to take place following COVID-19 guidelines. However, all government and private gatherings at public places except for marriages and other family functions are banned till April end. Around 50 to 250 people are allowed for funerals and weddings with strict adherence to coronavirus guidelines. The decision was taken by the Crisis Management Group of the state government after discussion with Chief Minister Nitish Kumar at a high-level meeting. Earlier, Bihar Health Minister Mangal Pandey had said that the number of COVID-19 tests has been increased from 25,000 to 70,000 tests per day. We are in alert mode. We do not have many cases that we consider imposing lockdown, he said. The National Institute of Open Schooling, that is NIOS, has laid the foundation for its new regional center at Ranchi in Bihar. Its stone-laying ceremony was attended by the chairman of NIOS, Professor Saroj Sharma. The new center is expected to serve as a focal point for imparting flexible curriculum and skill-based study to learners. It will be providing education to students at secondary and senior secondary level. Professor Saroj Sharma thanked the state government to allocate a land to build the new center. She said that the new center will help to expand the open education model to secondary and senior secondary levels in line with the national education policy. She further said that the new center would help to impart education to the marginalized sections of the society, including migrant laborers, women, specially abled people, unemployed, people in the reserved categories, and other minority communities. 16-year-old Ahmedabad-based student Harshvardhan Zala has developed a drone called Eagle 7 that detects and destroys landmines without harming human beings. Harshvardhan started visiting a local cyber cafe to learn English and taught in state board schools only after class 6 on the internet. Once I learned English, it was easy to pick up programming and coding skills by accessing open source technology software, says Harshvardhan. So far, he has designed and built 16 robots and 8 drones. According to him, the Eagle A7 smart drone is equipped with infrared sensors, a thermal meter, a 21 megapixel camera and a bomb. It is designed to generate oscillatory waves covering an 8 square meter area while flying 2 feet above the ground. The waves help detect landmines, while a controlling base station using exact location data transmitted by the drone drops the bomb on the landmine, exploding it, he explains. A television documentary depicting Indian soldiers suffering grave injuries from landmines is what prompted Harshvardhan to conceptualize the Eagle A7. While he has received numerous offers from abroad to work, his wish is to develop and deploy this in the Indian Armed Forces and CRPF to prevent army men from being martyred. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Education News Network. For more such videos, do log on to our website, theenn.com, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Signing off, Nitya.